Good morning. Yeah, I want to report that I'm a new woman today.
Oh, jeez.
After making a video with him yesterday, I could see that a lot of improvement was necessary. So I took away some of that hair, and guess who the hairdresser was? Mr. Dick himself, who used to be a cosmetologist.
That's right.
Actually.
A professional.
Dick Professional. And this is only the second time in all years I've known him that I've been able to persuade him to cut my hair.
Actually, I cut it a couple times when you were asleep and you didn't know it.
No. So, and also I removed my double chin that you had yesterday in his, but the simple method of sitting up instead of leaning back.
I see how that works.
So you see how it works. So, and also the election results are in, and all of my people were elected. His people lost. Sure. So you can see why I'm a new woman today. I was down yesterday, but I'm up today. And you know, this is from a variety of reasons. I determined to go out, you know, expand my horizons. So taking to walking. And I found out that you need to have a goal. You need to have a reward at the end of the walk, or otherwise it's just too boring, dull. So I'm rewarding myself with movies, because I have a movie theater right down the street that if I walk to it, I can see a movie as my reward, and then I can walk back. So today I plan to see Secretariat, because everybody who knows me knows that I spent the first years of my life in love with horses. So I need to see this movie. And this is accounts for his grizzled old look.
What you're trying to tell me is that you like to horse around.
Yes,
right?
I turned him into a cowboy to remind me of my former days on the cattle ranch and punching cattle. I didn't punch cattle after I married because
the cattle punch back.
Yeah, right. No, I had little kids and I needed to stay home and take care of them. And then I started moving to the cities and gave up that kind of life. But anyway, it's a good day. I was just reading this morning why the Republicans are angry at Obamacare, and it made sense to me that in these days of recession, no jobs, Republicans do not want something to push the national debt up. So that was their big objection to an expensive health care plan for everybody. I'm all for it. I don't think that Medicare should just be enacted for the old, and I doubt very much that they're going to take away Medicare now. It's been in place for too long. They may cut it some, but I thought that everybody should have a shot at it. But apparently there's a lot of Republicans that didn't think this was the time. And they may, now that they're in power, try to take away Obamacare. I'm not sure they'll be able to, but they can express their displeasure a little more strongly. And then anyway, I went home and I read a book that my sister sent me, which did make me feel a lot better. And this book was about...
Which sister was this, or should we not
mention? My sister,
Anne.
Oh. And it was about a woman who was dying. And she, because I'm 79, I naturally think about dying sometimes. And
I think about it all the time.
not really.
Not my dying.
You're dying. Yeah.
You're
No,
dying.
You're dying.
Yeah. One of these days, pow, right in a kisser.
But anyway,
Goodbye,
you know,
Alice.
I'm always trying to find people who. This woman had a lot of manifestations before she died of seeing angels, even Jesus. She cried out to at one point, and it was very believable because this woman had been in service for quite a long time. She'd been doing charity work for the homeless in Texas.
Service?
Yes.
What does that mean to me?
Service for other people. Charity.
Well, see, if somebody
And,
says there's service, I figure
yes.
it's military service.
No. I mean in service to
I don't
their
know.
their Lord, what they believe in, and you
Well,
know,
how come-
I'm just amazed at how much
How
better.
come-
Even though this woman was dying,
How come I never see pink
too
elephants
young.
or anything like that? I mean,
it was like she died with such faith that, you know, she was able to manifest a spiritual connection on a number of occasions before she died. So that just made me feel so much better to have this manifested in all aspects of our life, you know, even when we're dying, because that's one thing about him, you know, he just doesn't believe in anything.
What?
And yeah, and it's depressing, you know. I think that's why the cynicism that goes along with throwing your life away, you know, not really believing enough to give up your vices.
Well, have you ever thought about becoming a nun?
Oh yes, many times.
No, I mean,
I do believe.
I
Well,
mean,
I
like-
am
like
a nun.
today.
I am a nun. I have, you know.
Ain't got none,
No,
don't want
none.
none, ain't had
No,
none,
none.
right?
And
You got all three
I
of them.
really should, you know, just do without and do service.
You would not surprise me if you had a penguin uniform on. It
So
looked like a
today
flying
I
nun.
feel so much better just because I
Hey,
touched
you look
base.
better. That haircut
I
is
do.
absolutely
I
beautiful.
do. I
isn't it?
do. And he is the author of
And
my
I
new
only
look.
charge $25,
My new look. But anyway, in this book, this old guy used to go see.
$50 for people
He
I
was
don't
in
like.
service to an old man, 85 years old. And this old man, this guy happened to be black, who was in service with the woman who was white.
You're kidding.
They were in service to the homeless. So he would go see this old 85-year-old man who'd say, I don't like Christians, they're a bunch of hypocrites, and blah, 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 blah. And he's a damn nigger, he'd say, stay away from me. I mean, he actually served this
I'm
old
gonna check
guy.
to make sure the door's
Even
closed here.
though
I don't
he
want
had
to have these guys
said
knocking down the door.
these horror, you know, called him that name, and he was in service to this old fellow, and he would go clean him up, take care of him when he's 85 years old. And I thought, this kind of service, even for someone who is being maligned and called names, is. And finally, this old man told him that he would go to the service with him. Finally, he reached him. He reached him. Of course, he was older than you.
You gotta
He's
admit it.
still hard-hearted. Nobody's
admit it.
reached him yet. But this gave me hope. This gave me hope. This horrible old guy, 85 years old, could finally turn and say, take me to your service. I'm ready to receive help.
Later, huh? Is that it?
Yes, I'm ready to receive help. So, here's
Well, I
to
tell
a
you
new
what,
day.
I just want to add this, folks. I hope that you get to see the old Geezer Network too, because it's probably one of the best ones she's ever done. Under duress.
Oh, he thinks
she did it under duress.
Under duress, yes. But this is my upbeat response.
Right.
Bye.